Coming up on Shelby this week, we have an update on the 23 dogs from a Shelby Township home. The final numbers are in, and the splash pad had a successful first season. One Macomb Community College student will have her artwork displayed the week of the fire department open house. Stay with us because we have all these stories and more on this edition of Shelby This Week. Back in April, a house right here in Shelby Township was the center of an alleged breeding operation. 23 dogs, which included golden doodles and poodles, were taken from the home and housed in Macomb County Animal Control. A search warrant from the Shelby Township Police Department allowed for Animal Control to take in the dogs and begin to train them, vaccinate, and sterilize them. The owners of the dogs were Jackie and Joseph Wagner. The couple appeared in court to hear the final sentencing in their case. They have forfeited all 23 dogs. They were also ordered by magistrate to random checks of their home for the next 5 years, and they cannot own a dog until 2023. Magistrate O'Sare also ordered them to pay the Macomb County Animal Control just over $32,000 in restitution by September 1st of next year. The restitution money will be used to pay back the medical care, investigation, and impounding costs Animal Control put up during the time the 23 dogs spent in care at the facility. According to Animal Control, all of the dogs have been rehomed and have been given a chance at a second life. With summer officially over, the Shelby Township Treasurer's Office was able to calculate the final numbers of the season with the splash pad. The splash pad opened at Jean Shepherd Park on Memorial Day, and it continued to be a popular place for families during all those scorching hot summer days. Treasurer Michael Flynn worked closely on the project since the idea first came about. At the board meeting, he presented with the final calculations of the season. This season, the splash pad saw about 5,500 children. There were 430 annual family passes sold and 5,162 daily passes. In total, the gross revenue was just over $32,000. The splash pad will reopen for its second year on May 27, 2019. The Shelby Township Fire Department will host their open house on October 13th. To promote the day, the department held a banner design contest. In a ceremony at Fire Station Number 1, Macomb Community College student Jenna Zielinski was showcased as the banner design winner. Fire Chief Jim Swinkowski ultimately chose the winning banner from several entries. Zielinski, along with her fellow classmates, had the opportunity to take a tour of the fire station a few months ago. After the tour, Zielinski knew she wanted to include Sparky the dog, as well as the clover the department uses in remembrance of a former firefighter. Jenna's professor could not have been happier when she received the call asking if her students could participate in the contest.
We always enjoy getting calls from the community to bring real-life projects into our classroom because it encourages the students to learn how to ask questions, how to figure out their own solutions without a lot of direction from the instructors. So when Dwayne called us, we were very thrilled to be part of the project.
The sponsor of the banner contest was the Michigan Schools and Government Credit Union. For Jenna, winning this contest means everyone will see her design as they drive past Fire Station Number 1.
It was a really awesome opportunity, and it means a lot because I've always loved firemen and loved their story, and they are superheroes in my eyes, so it was just overall a great experience.
Purposefully, there was not a date put on the banner so the department can use it for many years to come. Shelby Township wants you to start brainstorming your ideas for the upcoming Priorities Visioning session. The annual meeting encourages residents to share their thoughts on what they want to see in the township. Residents are encouraged to share their goals for the upcoming year. With a combination of residents, the Board of Trustees, and employees, the township will take the ideas and create a top 10 priorities list. The session is led by the Planning and Zoning Department. In the past years, some of the ideas on the list included a new police station and a splash pad. The meeting allows residents to express their thoughts, which directly impact them as members of the community. The Priorities Visioning session will be October 3rd at 7 p.m. Shred Day is upon us, and the Shelby Township Police Department, along with the Shelby Community Foundation, is once again hosting the free event. Residents are encouraged to bring important documents on October 20th. All paperwork will be professionally shredded and recycled. Shred Day will be from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on the municipal grounds. If you have any questions, you can contact the Shelby Township Police Department at 586-731-2121. Still ahead on Shelby this week, we have your Eisenhower and Utica Week 5 football highlights. The Shelby Township Library has a program for you to learn a new language. And remember to register to vote for the upcoming November election. We have all these stories and more still ahead.
The stresses of everyday life can get to everyone in one way or another. For some, they can get away by reading a book, get lost in a virtual world, and for others, go somewhere for vacation. All to relieve stress and enjoy the beauty of life. But if that doesn't work for you or don't have the time for a vacation yet, there's a little piece of stress-free heaven closer than you think. The Riverbends Park and Highland Ponds is a combined 1,100-acre nature preserve for your enjoyment, with trails for walking, jogging, hiking, and biking. There is no shortage of natural beauty to be found in the Riverbends and Highland Ponds. For those who want to do something more intensive, there are fields of various sports, from baseball to softball to soccer, tennis, along with skateboarding. Riverbends has you covered to enjoy the nice sunny day full of fun. Riverbends and Highland Ponds are close to home, but have the sense of being far away from the hustle and bustle of everyday life. Remember, if you ever need some time to get away from everything or spend some time with your friends at one of our pavilion areas, Riverbends Park and Highland Ponds is close to having that up-north feeling right in your backyard. For more information, call the Nature Center at 586-323-2478 or the Shelby Township Parks Recreation and Maintenance at 586-731-0300.
This week, Eisenhower played at home against Stevenson High School. The Eagles showed off their hard work on the field.
Eisenhower faces a familiar foe in the Stevenson Titans on homecoming. Early in the first quarter, Rescue hands it off to Caleb Oyster to go 20 yards to give Ike the early lead, but the extra point would be no good. In the second quarter, Rescue finds Alexander Jarvis, who goes 38 yards down the sideline for the touchdown, making it 13-0. Later on, Rescue hands it to Oyster again as he scores his second touchdown of the night. But spoiler alert, it wouldn't be his last. Stevenson gets a chance on 4th and 3 as Justin McCown finds Brandon Szymanski, but his foot would be just out of bounds. In the second half, Caleb Oyster makes a nice run to the 15-yard line in Stevenson territory. But then Rastigue gets the ball knocked out of his hands and Stevenson would recover it. But McCown would throw an interception to Anthony Cardamone. And that sets up yet another touchdown by Caleb Oyster. Still in the third quarter, Stevenson would get on the board as McCown easily finds Hans Wisniewski in the end zone, but the extra point was no good. In the fourth quarter, Stevenson looks to score again, but James Collins easily intercepts the pass. On the ensuing play, Rastigue with the option to Oyster. He finds a seam, and no one would catch him as he goes 85 yards for his fourth touchdown of the night. And Eisenhower would win by a score of 33-6, improving their record to 2-3. They face the 4-1 L'Anse Creuse North Crusaders at home this Friday.
The Utica Chieftains hit the road this week, and the outcome wasn't in their favor. Here are your Week 5 highlights.
Utica Chieftains travel to Lakeview to take on the Huskies. Zach Keene back to pass, hits Kurt Kessens in the flat, and muscling through defenders for extra yardage. The drive would stall out and end in a Marko Matofsky field goal. Lakeview driving, Christian McLaughlin. Looks like he's stuffed in the middle, but bounces off Utica defenders, off to the races, down in the Utica red zone. Setting up this 6-yard touchdown rumble by Christian McLaughlin. The extra point was blocked, and the score is 6-3. The Lakeview Huskies' Dan Kylie Robinson with some hard running here. But later on in the drive, they put the ball on the ground, and Utica takes over. Christian Gegovic with a long run here, avoiding Lakeview defenders. Lakeview would get the ball back, and this 14-yard touchdown run by the quarterback, Ivan Kuroda. The extra point was no good. Ivan Kuroda with the keeper again, finally getting upended by Utica. Moving to the fourth quarter, Ivan Kuroda, play action pass, hitting Christian McLaughlin in the end zone. The extra point was good, and Lakeview led 19-3. Utica trying to get back into it. Zach Keene into the hands of DeMarco Davis for a nice 15-yard reception. Ending the drive with this, Christian Gegovic diving for the corner of the end zone, and he's in. Utica would go for 2 and fake everyone out. Gegovic again, 2 points. And now it's 19-11. But Lakeview would strike back. Ivan Kuroda hooking up with Jude Haig, and he reaches the ball into the end zone. The extra point would be no good. That would bring us to our final score. Lakeview Huskies 25, Utica Chieftains 11.
Learning a new language can be a challenge, but with the help of the Shelby Township Library, you can be taught with ease. We introduce you to the new program called Mango Languages.
Mango is a language learning software that teaches over 70 languages, and they focus on pronunciation, vocabulary, grammar, and culture, which is sort of an interesting addition to a language learning program.
The culture aspect of this device allows learners another insight into the language. And this state-of-the-art technology ultimately provides all the tools needed to learn a language with ease, while also providing the user with convenience.
Before Mango, when people would come into the library and ask us for language learning materials, so we have books we can give them, we have audio CDs, we have the little kits where you listen to the audio CDs and you read the book, but it requires that you have those materials with you. Being able to just download the app on your phone, and then maybe you're at the doctor's office waiting for your kids to get done with an appointment, and you have 10 minutes to do a lesson. Maybe you're sitting in traffic and you think, I'm going to listen to this over the car speakers, and I'm going to practice my French or my Spanish in the car. It's just convenient in the mobility of the program, and that it's sort of an on-the-go with you everywhere you are type of program.
This program allows for the user to grow in the language whether they need a refresher or are completely learning from scratch. There are different levels to choose from for any age.
We see all types of people that would really benefit from this. From anyone to the high school student who's coming in and needs a little remediate help in Spanish or French, to travelers who just want to learn. We have a librarian who's going to Iceland soon, and she's learning Icelandic to be able to just talk to shopkeepers and be able to say a few words when she's there. And we also look for lifelong learners, people that are interested in learning a language later in life or remembering a language they used to study. And then the final part to that is it also offers English as a second language. We see a lot of people in the library that are new to the country and are looking to improve their English skills. This is a perfect way for them to do it in the comfort of their own home.
The accessibility can be done from anywhere, as Katie explained. Now the program just needs you to give it a try.
Visit our website. Right on our website, there's a link for Mango. You can click on it, and then the first thing you need to do is log in or sign up. Just takes an email address, and you pick your own password. It takes about 30 seconds, and then you're off and running.
Off and running to explore a language of your choice on your computer or your mobile device. Tara's Walk encouraged people to raise awareness about domestic violence. Our Arthur Schenk has more from Freedom Hill.
Hundreds of participants of all ages gathered at Freedom Hill to raise money and awareness to help end domestic abuse. The annual event, Tara's Walk, is in its 11th year, and though it started off due to a tragic story, it has now become a way to bring to light the harsh realities of abuse to those who might not have anywhere to turn.
Tara Grant's murder, if you will, was so high profile that there was a lot of community support. People really rallied behind them. And when they thought she was missing, people were looking for her, and just the family got a lot of support. And not every family gets that kind of support. Not every survivor gets that kind of support. And I would say, in fact, just the opposite. So that's one of the reasons why Turning Point is so important, because we are there. We are their voice. We are their counselor. We are their person in court. We're there for survivors in whatever capacity that they need. So Turning Point is just so important to the community.
It has changed over the years, but through that time, Tara's Walk has created quite a name for itself in the Metro Detroit area.
When this first started, it was a run, a timed run, and now it's evolved into a walk, run, kind of do your own thing sort of speed on that. It's been really great. We've got a ton of support. People know what this event is, and they know what it stands for, more importantly. We had over 450 people show up today to come out and support the community, support domestic violence awareness, support Tara's family, and all survivors.
It also marks a busy time of year for Turning Point, in case you missed this year's walk.
We actually use this walk as the kickoff for Domestic Violence Awareness Month. October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. We have a lot of things going on in the month of October, so if you missed this, there's lots of other opportunities to come out and support other things. But if you still wanted to go online, the donation part is open, so if you wanted to contribute to a team or just a Turning Point in general, that is certainly still available, so we will happily still take your money.
For more information on Turning Point or their upcoming events, go to turningpointmacomb.org, or you can call their crisis line at 586-463-6990.
Calling all women, the Shelby Community Foundation is once again hosting their luncheon and vendor show. The annual event will be on October 12th at Cherry Creek Golf Course. This year's topic is the opioid epidemic and how it affects the community. Judge Linda Davis will speak, as well as Dr. Anthony Calusi, Chief of the Emergency Room at Henry Ford Hospital. The vendor showcase will begin at 10 a.m. and lunch will start at 11:30 a.m. Tickets must be bought by October 10th, and all the proceeds directly benefits the community.
The tickets are $35, and now a lot of people say, well, that's a lot of money, but we pay for, your lunch, and a portion of that money will go to an organization that day that will help women. In our community and in Macomb County, people that have drug problems. But remember, for every $35, you are helping somebody in our community. Our money for the foundation stays in the community.
The Community Foundation will also be awarding grants to local establishments who support women. You can purchase your tickets by calling 586-909-5305 or visit shelbycommunityfoundation.org. Election Day will be here before you know it, and the last day to register to vote will be on October 9th. There are a few qualifications before you register. You must be a United States citizen, be at least 18 years old on Election Day. You must be a resident of Michigan and a resident of the city or township in which you are applying to vote in. An application to register can be done at the Secretary of State branch, at the clerk's office in Township Hall, or you can go online to michigan.gov/SOS. Election day will be on November 6th. Cold and flu season will slowly start creeping into our lives, and you can stay ahead of the illness by protecting yourself. The Shelby Township Senior Center will be holding flu shots in the building on October 1st. The shots will be from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. All adults are welcome to stop by. The shots are free for people with Medicare Part B or Medicaid. For everyone else, the cost for the vaccination will be $20. If you have any questions, you can contact the Senior Center directly at 586-739-7540. Coming up next, find out the benefits to feeding your cat or dog raw food and support pets in Macomb County.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
For 3 years in a row now, candy corn has been Michigan's most popular candy. CandyStore.com analyzed 11 years of sales data from the company's website. Michiganders have bought about 150,000 pounds of candy corn. Michigan's other two popular candies are Starburst and Skittles. According to the website, America's top 10 candies include Skittles, M&M's, Snickers, Reese Cups, and Starburst. Rounding out the list is Jolly Ranchers. According to the National Retail Federation, Americans are expected to spend $2.6 billion on Halloween candy this year. When we think of raw meat, we think how harmful it can be for people to consume. And while it may have dangers for us, our pets are a completely different story when it comes to a raw food diet. Fittingly called Ruff Ruff Raw, the shop located in Barkabout wants pet owners to know the benefits of feeding raw, and surprisingly, there is a lot.
So feeding raw gives your dog more nutrition, or your cat. They digest more of the nutrients in the food. They usually will get a shinier coat, less greasy. They will have more energy, or if they're really excited, they sometimes calm down a bit. Their digestive system is healthier. They usually have less sickness.
Rebecca, a dog owner herself, has seen these benefits play out in her pets' lives and other dogs who visit her shop. But not everyone is a believer in the diet, which causes some common misconceptions.
There are a few myths about raw food, is that animals can't eat raw food. But if you think about in the wild, a wolf actually eats raw food. Every wild animal eats raw food, and they're able to digest it. They're carnivores. They have the acids and the enzymes to digest it. Also, we're the ones that mostly can get sick from it, not our dogs. We have a tendency to put what we like onto our pets.
And a raw diet isn't just for dogs. We can't forget about the cats.
Cats especially would benefit from a raw diet. Cats are prone to kidney problems, and that's because they are animals that do not have a good thirst drive. So they don't seek out water as much as a dog would. So they need to get more moisture from their food. And so if they're eating too much dry food, they could get have health problems with their kidneys and kidney stones. So a raw diet for cats would be spectacular for them to go to, but cats are also very finicky, and it is difficult to change their food when they're used to it.
While it may be a challenge to get your pet on board, Rebecca finds preparing the raw food effortless. But there are things to look out for.
It's very easy if you buy commercial, if it's already prepared for you. You do want to transition. You don't immediately want to go to raw straight from kibble or canned without a process of transitioning. It's more difficult if you are making a home prepared cooked or raw meal. You do have to make sure it's balanced. If it's not balanced over time, your pet will end up with deficiencies and could get sick from that. But overall, it's much healthier for your dog or cat to have a raw food diet. Just if you are going to a raw diet, you should educate yourself. I do offer consultations here at my store. And if you're preparing homemade raw diets, you do need to especially research the ingredients or consult a nutritionist to help get all the ingredients in there. I also do that as a consultation service at Ruff Ruff Raw.
This diet isn't for everyone, and it is recommended you talk to your veterinarian. But if you believe this is for you and your pet, you can find more information by visiting Ruff Ruff Raw on Facebook. Owning a pet can be expensive, and people who are having trouble affording food for themselves might also struggle taking care of their pet. Which is why Pet Supplies Plus needs your donations to fill their trailer. On October 12th until the 14th, Pet Supplies Plus location on Garfield Road in Clinton Township are asking members of the community to stop by and drop off items like cat and dog food, treats, and cat litter. All the donated items will directly serve senior citizens with pets as well as homeless pets. This is a partnership with the UAW Local 228, Shelby Township, Macomb County Animal Control, and the Macomb County Food Program. If you donate, your name will be added to a raffle to win gift cards. Be sure to stop by and donate either Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. One of the biggest fundraisers for the Senior Center is happening on October 4th and 5th. The annual flea market and bake sale will be from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. Donations are accepted of gently used household items. Come and shop and support the Shelby Township Senior Center. That's all we have for this edition of Shelby This Week. Remember, you can always catch us online or on Facebook. Just search Shelby TV. Fall is officially here, and we hope you get out and enjoy all the beautiful landscape Shelby Township has to offer. These ducks surely enjoy Heritage Gardens. Enjoy, and thanks for watching.